Καλησπέρα σας, καλοί φίλοι τηλεθεατές. Καλώς ορίσετε στο πρόγραμμά μας Faces, πρόσωπα, but I have to turn to English straight away. And I have with me tonight Mr. Michael Redwood.
Good evening.
Good evening, Michael. How are you?
How are you, sir? I'm good, thank you. Very
nice
good,
to see you again.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Thank you. And we have Diana. Diana, good evening.
Good
How are
evening.
you?
I'm good, thank you. How
Thank
are you?
Nice to have you in our program.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you.
You're welcome. We have a special subject, Michael, to talk about. Okay? It's about a film you're gonna do. It's like a documentary.
Documentary stroke feature film.
Okay.
So a documentary, but shot for cinema.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and you're gonna tell us more about that. But if you don't mind, I will go back to Diana. Is this your first time on tele?
Yes.
Ah, well, it's no problem. You know, you are welcome anyway. It's going to be easy. Don't worry about it.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to ask you things that you know, and you're going to answer to me back. And if you, if you don't want to answer, you say, next question, please.
Okay.
Before I go further, I'd like to know a few words about yourself. I mean, where you come from, what do you do?
I'm a health and fitness instructor, and I come from Iran. Yes, and just it.
You learn your English here, or?
I improve here, but I learned English in my country.
Yeah, you study in your country?
Yes.
And you finish studies and then you come over here,
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you are a fitness instructor, yes?
Yes, personal training.
Personal trainer?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's very interesting. So how you met Michael and how you get involved in this project?
Well, Michael goes to our Virgin Active gym in North London, and he required for a fitness course. So as usual, I assessed his fitness level, analysis his body, and we met and discussed about his what he wants to take for fitness course, and then I designed program for him. Then he asked me about if I can train cancer people, and I said yes, of course. There is no difference between the people who suffer from cancer or recovered from cancer, and they have to train and back to their normal life because train is really important for them. So this is when we discuss about source of cancer, and we wanted to continue this project.
So apart from, as far as I know, the cancer patients, sufferers, they go through so much, and they have to have part of fitness trainer. They have to have somebody, a psychological, supporting on this kind of thing. You offer this as well, or you just do the fitness part?
I do the fitness part, and I wanted to discuss and meet about the cancer patient more.
Okay.
And the strange things happens for us, and by complete coincidence we met an amazing woman in our gym who happened to be a research cancer scientist. And first Michael met her and then introduced her to me.
Okay.
And she was an amazing woman. We were young with an athletic body that for me is hard to imagine that she could be a scientist, because we think that all the people think that scientists are wearing white garments and speaking like Albert Einstein and very old, but she's
very young and
very young and different. And she visiting Oksana, the scientist, was truly amazing because she invited us to her scientist labs, and then the seeds of stars of cancer began to grow, and in other words, we started to making feature documentary.
Why you start this feature documentary, Michael? Why you started? What was the main reason for that?
It was accidental, because as Diana was putting me through I was terrified, but she's fabulous. I was terrified about going on a fitness course, but I noticed with Diana, she works on the psyche as well. She removes all doubt. It's like, well, your fingers work, your legs work, you know. What's your problem? We'll do this. And she starts off with very gentle exercises, and then she'll let you find your own level. So when I'd asked Diana about whether she would train cancer patients, and then when we met Oksana, this fabulous Russian-Ukraine scientist, we pulled together, the three of us pulled together, and we're just talking socially. And as Diana said, we then were invited to the laboratories, and we were really surprised, weren't we?
Yes.
They're all so young. We were waiting for these old men with beards, you know, saying, get out. None of that. And so, as Diana said, the seeds of the idea started to grow. I was asking Diana about this idea, but I didn't know what I was talking about, and Diana had half of an idea, and so Diana would encourage and say, well, okay, we've got that. She's got an amazing brain, this girl. Phenomenal brain, and she can piece things together and say, okay, right. And somewhere the film started, the germ of the film came out, because we realized that nobody wants to talk about cancer. Nobody. So after the laboratories, I visited all of the different hospitals, and then I realized how many people get cured. There are thousands that we don't hear about. And so I thought, well, hang on, the only things we see on television about cancer is raising money, and the adverts say, together we will beat cancer. So, but nobody's telling anybody anything. So that's when I've asked Diana, I said, look, can we, with Diana's image, she's got this fabulous, she can light up a room. You look at her now, she's just got that, you know, you can do anything.
Sparkle.
Sparkle, yeah, that was the word I used today, yeah. And so I thought, well, hang on, I met younger people, Diana's age, who had cancer, and older people who had cancer, and very young people. And I thought, well, we don't talk about it. None of us. So we sat together and said, look, how can we get people talking about it? And where are all the millions and millions of pounds raised? Where are they going? Because nobody's telling us where the money's going. But now we know where the money's spent. But the public are not told that. And the idea of the film came basically because we know that the numbers of people donating to cancer has dropped significantly. Okay? Mainly because they're not being given the information. And that's where we said, okay, let's create this film. Let's make it a feature film. And we've got tremendous support from different companies. Like Cook Lenses, who do they supply all the film lenses for the Bond films, all the action films. They said, right, whatever you want, it's there. The lenses will be there for your cameras, you know. And so it's, and I said literally outside the door to Diana, it doesn't make sense that this can fail, because if we produce this film, it's got to be a good thing. And just outside here, I said to her, look, the main thing is we started together right at the beginning. So we're going to finish together. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what is your part? I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to mix the fitness experience with with your part? And what is your part in the film?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let me start from here. I am from Iran, and the woman that I explained for you, she's Russian Ukraine. And when we visited scientist labs in the UK, and one of the famous one, Sir Francis Crick Institute in London.
That's where they developed DNA. Francis Crick,
Okay.
We realized how many international scientists and researchers there are in the UK, hundreds of them. And as an Iranian, I'm so proud that learned from the UK that opens the door to all the scientists and talents from all over the world, from my countries and as well as other countries. And also our producer, executive producer, is Bulgarian as well. And I think only Michael, as an Englishman, he is outnumbered.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And also I will present a film alongside famous and amazing Sam Beckinsale that's very well known for the British people, and he is one of the part of the Beckinsale dynasty. His father's Richard Beckinsale was loved by everyone, and Sam Beckinsale's absolute is favorite actress of Michael as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
you remember Richard Beckinsale in Porridge?
Yeah, I do.
And,
yes,
of course, yeah.
So you actually gonna talk to people, interview people.
Yes. And present the film.
Present the film. What you say, present the film? What do you mean, present the film? How we gonna present the film?
It's like a feature documentary.
Okay.
So we talk about what we're gonna do, and
You do the narration, you mean?
No. Sorry to interrupt there. This is where Diana was crucial to it, because if you look at say Doctor Who, everybody knows Doctor Who.
Yeah.
He always has a sidekick to explain to the viewer what he's talking about.
Okay.
And we thought, well, hang on a second. Sam is trusted by everybody, Sam Beckinsale. She knows the right questions to ask. But with Diana, I thought we need somebody who is an outsider, who's not tied to this, to come in and say, right, okay,
yes.
What is cancer? I think we should go and find out. So Diana is in case we don't understand a lot of the film, the scientist talking, Diana is the one who's going to say, oh, I see, that's where it does. So she's the one that we're going to lean on to understand the film, if that makes sense. So to have, especially Iranian, an outsider, to come in as an observer, I asked Diana, I said, look, can you present this film? For instance, at the beginning, do you know what cancer is? Well, I think we should go and find out.
Yeah.
And we've got a great start. So she's got that. And so Diana will cover the younger generation, and Sam will cover the older generation. You know, so that was why I didn't want an experienced TV personality. It's the wrong. We need a fresh face, and you couldn't get a nicer one than this.
Yeah. Anyway, now where you stand? I mean, what do you do at the moment? I mean, where is the film stands? You already start?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
No. Pre-production.
So how about funding, Michael?
That's a good question. So we, as you know, Vasilis, when you produce a film, you have the treatment or the script, and then one platform like Netflix or Sky will put the money up. That's the normal way of doing things. But the problem is they then own it, and we want everybody to see this film. This is a spirit-lifting film, a film that will uplift people. So there's PBS America, there's Lionsgate, who I was with before, the Sky, who I've just done a recent thing with Brian Cox and a few others. But they will own that film. Now, if we want people in Cyprus or in Greece or Iran to watch this film, because they get cancer as well, they won't have access to it. So we said, no, we're not going to take MGs. We will fund the film ourselves, and we'll have a website where people can donate, either crowdfund or donate towards the film. Then this way, if a poor country wants access to the film, let them have it. Yeah, if let everybody see this film. It's a people's film. So we said, okay, we'll fund it. Let's see what we can raise by public. And so we've got the website which shows a trailer of the movie, and we're asking for small amounts. We're not asking for people to say put 50, 100 pounds in. We're saying £2, £3, small amounts, and let this be a people's film, so that no single network can lock it down. Because as you know yourself, if you see something wonderful and you tell your neighbour and they ask you what channel is it on, you must say Netflix, and they say, oh, we've only got Sky, so we can't watch it. We want those barriers down. This is not a film to get awards and medals and gongs and Oscars. It's a film that all countries suffer with cancer, so we're knocking the walls down and saying, if America wants it, they can pay 20,000 for the rights. If a small country that can't afford it, let them pay €100 for the rights, as long as people can see the film. And let's break the glass ceiling of silence and get people talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah?
So actually, the main people you're going to interview, they are the patients as well as the scientists.
Scientists.
Okay. And I mean, what are the locations you're gonna find them in their work? You're gonna how you?
Actually, we know scientists that
you do.
Yes,
and you're gonna visit them
yes,
during their work or in their
what they do.
workplaces.
Yes.
Okay.
The effort that they put in their job, and the things that people didn't know and don't know about the cancer, and scientists that gather together all the people from Denmark to Africa, all over the world, fighting about cancer. Yes.
So you have to travel everywhere.
No,
here.
Here.
Here. You're going to find them here.
Yeah.
Here.
You don't have to
They
travel.
are here.
Yes.
Yeah, they are all here. Yeah. You don't have to travel.
Actually, yes, we visited research labs that I told
Already,
you,
yes.
and lots of international. Michael and I
Amazing, yeah.
completely surprised. Lots of international scientists work there, and then from all over the world to fight about cancer. And I think this is the thing that people must know about that. World must know about that, and then they can grow more.
Michael, is there anything you have to tell to the audience? I mean, anything they can do before the film started, or is something else you want to tell them?
Yeah, I think that we would like for people to go on to look at the website, which is starsofcancer.com. And there's a there's a short trailer there which explains everything. And again, it's an uplifting trailer, and it's a very simple website because people don't want reams and reams of text. They want to see images, and so it's a very simple website. And to have a look at the trailer, and then if they want to say to donate anything towards it, we're going to make sure that profits from the film will get straight through to the researchers themselves, because at the moment nobody's explaining where the millions are going. And I think most people have the common sense to work out, well, I keep donating, but nobody's telling me where is the money going. They see the enormous salaries of some of the CEOs of these charitable. Some of them are astronomical salaries, which I personally disagree with. So we're saying if we raise $500,000 or $1 million, then we'll make the movie, and if that movie pulls in 20 million, that 90% of that will go straight in, and people can track it. They can see. There's going to be no executive salaries. It's basic common sense to say, look, I'm donating this money, whether it's £2 or £20. I'd like to see where it's going. But at the moment, and I've had discussions with cancer research over this, unless you tell people what you're doing with their money, it's no point in saying, together we can beat cancer, please donate. Tell me where my money is going. So, for example, I have a lovely aunt, who I really call my sister. She's been donating for 30 years, and now she said, I'm fed up, I've come to the end. Because it's the same thing, we can beat cancer together, where is the money going? So Diana and I will explain all of that. We'll explain the questions and explain the fantastic achievements made by these scientists.
So give us a website so people can go.
Okay, it's www.starsofcancer.com. So we use that name because you've got the cluster of stars called Cancer, and like Libra and Aquarius. So you've got those stars, and then that's stars of Cancer. But our stars really are not the film stars; they're the scientists. We look at them as stars, don't we?
Exactly.
So we thought, well, they're the real stars of Cancer. And so we've called the website, and the film will be called Stars of Cancer, which is why we've called the website starsofcancer.com.
Yeah. Do we have this trailer? Can we show it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, before we close, we're going to see the trailer. Is there anything else you want to add, Diana?
No, just for the people that follow this film, and then we can show the people how much value of these scientists, and they push their time and effort for the cancer patients, and just it.
Okay, before I go to Michael again, I mean, you taking anybody in your fitness classes, or they have to be special people, or I mean, do they have to be people who need special treatment, or anybody?
No, anybody that needs help for their fitness, and then there is no difference between the patients and the people. I think, in my idea, all the people must have trained especially for their body, and they mustn't care.
How you decide, and how you making a special program for individuals, like for example, you ask them questions, and then
first
and
analysis.
you form a special program. How are you doing?
Yes. First analysis their body, and then ask them questions about their experience and what they want to take, and then plan their workout.
Okay, is this, I mean, what periods? Is it a program for 6 months, a year, every day? How are you doing it?
Yes, we plan for a long time. So, for example, at least at least 3 months, and then we divide it to short time, like 1 month, and then 1 week, and then one
how
session.
much money you have in the pocket? Or?
Oh, no, they must to carry on, they didn't see the result for just 1 month. They have to wait and then carry on.
Okay.
Yes.
I have to say, Vasilis, I go running 12, 15 kilometers a week. I go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and I thought I was fit.
Yeah.
and Diana took me, dear,
One session, and then
and all she gave me was an elastic band.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she said, well, let's try this, just stretching. And I thought, well, this is useless.
walk.
Yeah.
And the next morning, I couldn't move. I was like, oh
my
she
God.
found muscles I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
And then she said, but it was great that now I realised the stretching, now I realise what she says about, it's not keeping fit, it's not pushing weight, it's not running, it's looking after your body. So now I religiously stick to what she showed me.
Yeah.
It's an absolute, and it's a big life improvement.
Nice. It's nice to have you here
Thank
tonight.
you.
And
Thank
wish you all the best with both. You know, with your fitness classes and with your, new, I can't call it occupation or, it's something you're doing it because you love doing it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is something, which is going to take time from your free time, maybe, but because you are going to do something you like, you're going to enjoy it, I suppose, yeah?
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
True.
I wish you all the best for that. And same, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to add? For example, in few words, what do you want to say to the audience? What do you do and why you want them to, just help you to succeed that?
Well, I think in a summary, if you know anybody with cancer, or you had cancer yourself, even looking at the trailer on the website will give you a different angle and will show you how amazing these people are and that they're there for us. So I would say to look at the website, and then people will realise when they see the website, starsofcancer.com, it explains everything, and people will see how amazing these scientists are. Yeah, so that's, and they will speak for themselves.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Both
Thank
of
you.
And wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, and we're going to see the trailer now. And I like to say a big thank you to you. And you and me are going to be together next Sunday again with a new face or faces. Look after yourselves. Watch this, trailer, and see you soon. Good night.
Cancer, a cluster of stars in the night sky, a place of wonderment, giving birth to planets, to the Earth, and us. Complex and sometimes in need of help to survive, we humans look to other stars to guide us. Not up in the heavens, but here, on the ground. Stars who, like their night sky brothers and sisters, shine continuously for those of us who may fall victim to a different cancer, the kind that threatens our very existence. So no matter how bad things may seem when facing this illness, these dedicated, often very young scientists remain at their posts, as constant as the planet we take for granted. True stars can only be revealed when we know where they are. Stars of Cancer brings you our planet's super scientists, steadfast and determined to one day make all cancers a thing of the past.